Okay, people. We went to the Black Lodge yesterday. We're going to the White Lodge today. I'm Blight, and I was allowed to enter the Black Lodge. So it's been explained to me that the White Lodge has been overtaken by the darkness. This is some pictures of the White Lodge, and you'll find them all over the world. I'll translate it for you. In this country we call it the White House. And it has been consumed from the day of its conception by darkness. Dwells there. Evil dwells there. Evil thinkers, evil hearts, evil minds dwell there. I was asked, why was I allowed to go in the Black Lodge? Well, that's because they've taken over the White Lodge. They've put on women's clothes and stood in her temple. When the grapes are gathered, it is the woman that removes her shoes, cleans her feet, and turns the grapes into wine, makes the spirit. It's the woman who has the womb. Only women bleed. In the beginning, in the sixth day, when God created man, male and female, he created them, and he gave them dominion over the earth. And they were called hunters and gatherers. There were two different kinds. There were the meat eaters, the hunters, and the gatherers. And we've just assumed that the hunters were men and the gatherers were women. They flipped our languages on us. We know they scribbled the scriptures and gave us Bible, Bibble, Babble at Babylon. In the Greek, which the New Testament was written in, it's Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta, A, B, G, D. There was no C. The C was given to us by the Latins, and they call it the Holy See, and they fill that church full of men. To be a pope, you have to be a cardinal. There are 4 cardinal signs. There's cardinal fire, cardinal water, cardinal air, and cardinal earth. To be the cardinal of the earth, you have to be a Capricorn. You have to be born in the sign of the goat, because it's cardinal earth. And it's a feminine sign, and it's ruled by Saturn. And they've stolen everything. They've put on the White Lodge when they are darkness. They've put on her clothes when it's her temple. We have no harmony because it's her money, and they've got his face on it. Does any of this make sense to you people? So what I'm being shown is that 2020, when these doors to the Black Lodge open, when Saturn and Jupiter meet, that so much light's fixing to hit this planet that they're going to run into the Black Lodge. In the Bible it says they'll hide themselves in the rocks and in the mountains. They're going to hide from the light. And the light is within us. We are the gatherers, the Cathars. And we're here. And we're Catharing together. We're coming to get her. They tried to do it. They've been doing I've showed you the time quake. I've showed you the 3-lock box. I've showed you how they use Walmart and the logo to roll back time. And then the Pope himself pulls out all the stops and is going to do a 2016 reset Europe to try to stay in that White Lodge as long as he can. They are the harbinger of darkness. They do nothing but bring death and oppression and suppression everywhere they go with their little books that they've written, and how they dug a hole in the zodiac and gave you scales and told you it was balanced, when libros means books. It's the books. Julius Caesar brought down the books. They called it the law. They repainted the zodiac. They've destroyed it all over the planet. They've taken it from all of us. We have to look up to the stars for ourselves to know the truth about who we are and when we were born, because we've been lied to about everything. So we've been in the time of the hunters, and they've been hunting us down and killing us. That's what hunters do. As soon as Obama started screaming gun control, gun sales went through the roof. Shoot 'em up, bang, bang. It's time to kill Bill. Volume 2. Bill is the will. He's the will I am. It's the sign of Taurus and Aries they keep hanging on to, and it's Pisces that's hanging on to them, when it's clearly the time of Aquarius to be in the spring equinox and to burst forth into life. He's the water bearer. He's the man carrying the pitcher of water, but he's the sign of air. He's connected to Capricorn because Saturn rules Capricorn and Aquarius. And the gatherers. It's time of the gathering. So the gatherers are us. We're Cathars, and we're here. Some of us are here for the first time. Some of us are back from being burnt alive. You remember the fire. And you remember who set the fire. Joan of Arc was one of us. They burnt her alive. She brought the truth, and they couldn't handle it. Now, they're fixing to try to slap another fake king on our ass. And they're going to do it in the South. And he's going to be French, and the Freemasons are going to try to pull it off. They're setting everything up down there. Huntsville is the hub of NASA. Never a straight answer. That's what NASA stands for. They have the Elephant of Babylon, confusion, at the University of Alabama. They roll the tide. It's a crimson tide. It's bloody. Their flag is a big red X that marks the spot. I've been in that pit of hell. I know what the mindset is down there. It's extremely patriarchal. It's extremely Bible thumping, segregating, separating. It's everything that's wrong. This world was never supposed to be this way. But because we have darkness that lives in the White Lodge, they had no choice. When I walked to the doors of the Black Lodge, they had to let me in. It's balance. And I wasn't allowed to be touched. The darkness couldn't consume me. Before I left that lodge, I went to the Lost and Found. And they pulled out a box from under the bar, and it had a single coat in it. It was mine. It was made of pure light, and it covered my whole body, and it had my name on it. Not the name the government gave me, the name I was actually born with. The government would not let me keep my name when I started school. They made me change it to one that would official birth certificate document. But I actually knew how to read and write before I started school, so I know what my real name is. And they forced me to change it. It wasn't allowed, because my real name is Levite. I was supposed to be a boy, and I was born a girl instead. So they kept the name. Then my mother had a son who came next, and she had already used Levi. So she named him Paul. You have to be a cardinal earth to be a pope. We've never had one. We've always had something mutable in there. Adam was created out of the miry clay. That's mutable earth. That's the sign of Virgo. And they've mixed this iron magic, this war warship, Worship and worship are the same thing. The vowels are interchangeable. The vowels are not used in Hebrew. Somebody was asking me about exposing what they're doing with this golden calf and this slaughtering of the red heifer. Are they trying to bring this back? Oh no, they're not trying to bring it back. It's always been here. When the Hebrews came out of Egypt and Moses went up on the mountain, Aaron, his brother, gathered up all the gold and they made themselves a golden calf to worship. And it's been with us ever since. The tablets where God took his finger and wrote the law, they were broken. So we were never really given the real law. Moses had to write the next one by himself, and it was changed. And the hunters have been hunting down the gatherers from the beginning of creation. And all that's fixing to change. Because the gatherers are here now. It's time for harvest, and we're going to make wine. Because we're anointed. We've been christened. That's what Christos means. We've been christened. And they've taken everything out of Egypt, Babylon, wherever they could find it all over the planet. They've twisted it, turned it upside down, made he a she or an it. They've done everything they can to suppress the divine feminine, because only women bleed. That's why they have to have the sacrifice of the red heifer. The man has to kill it because he can't bring forth life onto this planet. He's not the manifester. She is. There's no harmony because it's her money. It's her house. And they invaded it and infested it. Now I've cleaned up my channel. And I've dispelled the darkness that tried to overtake my channel. And it's not allowed back in. Period. Well, when 2020 gets here and those doors burst open and that darkness thinks it's going to consume this world, it's going to find the light waiting on it. And the darkness that's in these white lodges is going to run like hell to find the darkest corner they can hide in. Because once the light hits them, it exposes them. X is the symbol for a female. It exposes them because they are posers. They're posing. Vogue, anybody? Madonna, Vogue, they're posing. They call themselves the Holy See. And they usurped the G and the D from the third position in the alphabet. In the Hebrew, it's Aleph, Beth, Daleth, Gimel. It's A, B, D, G. In the Greek, they swapped it. Alexander the Great changed it. They keep flipping that language on us every time somebody rolls through Babylon or confusion. They're fixing to try to flop their king on us down in the south. They're going to divide this country, set up FEMA camps. Who don't go along to get along will be put there. And they're going to give you another false king. He's got the bad bloodline. X marks the spot. They have a city, a suburb of Birmingham, called the Kaaba. The Kaaba is where Mecca's at. I've already shown you people that Baphomet is a French word for Mahomet, which is Muhammad. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm being given this and confirmed by Spirit before I even think about putting it up on a video. And Spirit's got our back. We don't got to worry this time. There's nothing else to worry about. It's a sealed deal. They sealed their own fate. We can't save them. It's not our job. We're just simply here to love one another, to gather the fruits of the harvest and make the wine, because it's time for Spirit. Mama's coming home. Better have the house clean before she gets here.